Ja, dat waren Nick en Simon met Pak maar mijn hand. En woensdagmiddag staat de voorstelling Grijs Gedraaid in het Kamerata. En om ons alles over die voorstelling te vertellen heb ik de Engelse choreograaf Andrew Greenwood aan de lijn. Andrew, hello.
Yeah, hello.
Good to have you in the show.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. Very exciting.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the show this Wednesday, Grijs Gedraaid?
Yes, I can. Well, first, it's really designed for everybody of all ages, and the whole idea of this show from Kamerata Zuid is that we would love to activate everybody to move with us, sing with us, listen with us, with the idea to get as many people out of their homes. And we're hoping, unfortunately, in many countries there are a lot of lovely, lonely elderly. Mm-hmm. And we really thought that this combination of music, dance and dialogue could and would be a great opportunity for the lovely young to invite their grandparents or parents, and vice versa. You know, when we have people like Kasu and Marcel that are really from the young generation, and then we have an orchestra, and myself who is going to activate the public, hopefully. Yeah. So yeah, the idea is to get as many people together as possible and to bring them to a gezellig performance.
Yeah, because there's music from Marcel Venendaal and the orchestra Kamerata Zuid, and the information tells us that you can sing along. What kind of songs can we expect?
Well, Marcel is singing mostly in English, but some really lovely songs. He has his very famous song. Now it's just suddenly just popped out of my head. Is the song from Direct?
Is it Soldier On? Or?
Soldier On. Yeah. Thank you for that one. So you know that's one, and then he sings a song from David Bowie, "You Can Be Heroes," and he really, I have to say, his interaction with the public is brilliant, and there's a lot of laughing and singing and joking. Yeah, it's. I just think that the way Marcel interacts with the public is great.
And what is your part in the show?
My part? Well, I myself have been on stage for many years as a classical ballet dancer and a ballet teacher. In the last 10 years, I had the luck to work with different vulnerable elderly groups, and found a methodology and approach to get people to move and dance. You know, there is always this thing, what is movement, what is dance? Well, movement, of course, is something we do every day, subconsciously, like walking. And dance is just that you move with more expression and emotion. It doesn't have to be a technical thing or a jump or a pirouette. No. And the idea of having this wonderful orchestra playing, and then I just slowly activate the public to move, to show them and for them to experience that you can do so much with this wonderful instrument we have without having to run a mile or jump in the air.
Yeah, so it's not that difficult.
Down. No, I mean, it's what we own is this lovely complex instrument that has a cocktail of emotions and endorphins, and basically I try very hard to stimulate that and to hopefully help people understand that we can do so much with so little. And cognitive stimulation, you know, using the rhythms, the melodies, memory and emotions, you know, so I'm kind of firing their lovely machines up to show them that we can still do so much more. And the more that we try to do new stuff, the better it is for our brain. The beloning this kind of...
because most of the time people come to a theater to just watch other people do something, and now you have to get in action yourself. How do you get the audience to dance?
Well, it's a bit of neuro magic, actually. I won't tell you what I actually start with, just so it doesn't break the surprise, but what happens is that, when you hear the word dance, most people are like, oh, I can't dance. Mm-hmm. I never could dance. But dance is something that we movement to music and emotions is something we all have. So I just trick them by starting so simply with one hand and then one foot, and slowly you see them, actually this is really fun. And then they, before they really understand that they're doing actually a lot of movement. So I basically manipulate them in the most respectful way.
Yeah, in a good way. And you're also the founder of Switch to Move. What is the Switch to Move methods?
Yeah, well, Switch to Move method is 10 years ago at the Stopper in Amsterdam, a very dear friend of mine asked me if I could help him. He had Parkinson's, and I didn't really know what that was at that time, and I invited him to the Opera House, and he wasn't a dancer, and just the fact that he was suddenly in this creative building, the Opera House, and then taken to a dance studio, and he started to move, and he was a bit nervous, and his hand was shaking anyway for his Parkinson's. And then I started to work with him, and then he said, Andrew, you called me a dancer. And I said, well, actually I call everybody a dancer. And he said, no, you don't understand. It's people don't do it deliberately, but they see me as Mr. Parkinson's. Mm-hmm. So all we're doing is we're taking people with Parkinson's, dementia, MS, we're taking them out of this kind of clinical environment or this medical sphere, and actually making them understand that they can do so much more with their bodies, and dance, not in the sense of the technique, but music and dance, to get people to understand that you can actually do a lot more, or just literally through movement in a gazelle group, forget that actually you have Parkinson's or MS. And what's really, really important is that after these sessions, because you're physically, emotionally, and socially activated, the coffee and the tukska is probably the most important part of the session, because you're released, and there's this social engagement. And we have a lot of science from the VU University, Professor Eric Schreder, Dr. Bas Bloom. There's a lot of science and academia behind us, not because we are the new magic pill, not at all. Mm-hmm. It's just that we enhance people's well-being and quality of life by respecting them and showing them through movement that they can do so much more.
Yeah, and I saw that in January you will also start with sessions in Amsterdam. That's the nearby location for people from this area. And can you tell us something about that? Can they just sign up or go to your website?
So, Switch to Move, we're starting sessions, but there is quite a few. I've had the luck to educate quite a few dance teachers that are really interested in this dance for health direction. So, we have Switch to Move, but there, you have Park Dance, Rediscover Me. I think if anybody's interested to nudge one of their loved ones or themselves, Dance and Parkinson's, Dance and Dementia, it's so wonderful. There's a lot going on in this direction now in Holland. And we personally, with Sports Team Amsterdam and the Gemeente Amsterdam, are starting a program in the center of Amsterdam every Monday. Okay. And that's on our website, switchtomove.com. Okay. But again, there, also up in Groningen, there is a lot of stuff. So it's out there, and I really recommend anybody that wants to try something different, because just what I find the most important thing is that these lovely people, they have a regularity, they come together, they have a community. These things are difficult to measure, but they're so powerful. So once again, we have switchtomove.com, but there are all around Holland Dance for Health programs for different vulnerable
I think that's
groups.
Great. And well, first we have Wednesday, so let's get back to that, to the theater. What do you like to achieve with the performance on Wednesday?
Well, what we want to achieve is, art is not the solution. Art is a great way to activate or create new dialogue. It's really, we are just the motivators. And the idea is that when you're with Marcel laughing and singing, or with Eva Doorlacher talking about memories and music, and then moving with me, and then this wonderful orchestra, we're hoping that it stimulates people to, because we have a danger of being creatures of habit. So the idea is that we nudge you, as it were, to maybe possibly do something, look for something different within your city. And so within the foyer, there are different organizations, patient organizations, with possible activities. So I would say we are the nudgers, the ones that try to stimulate and activate people to look a little bit further.
And do you explain it in Dutch?
Yes, I mean, Engelens. Dus een beetje handvoet, ja, dus een beetje Engels, Nederlands. Ik doe mijn best.
Yeah.
Ik begin altijd een beetje op Engels en dan ga ik linkerhand, rechtervoet, alles is goed.
It's like a song.
An Englishman can kill any language. So,
yeah.
But I try my best,
Okay.
We were in Leeuwarden, and then I was practicing Lauwert. Trying to say the word in Fries.
Yeah, this is more
and
difficult.
They were very happy that I said Lauwert. I try my best.
Yeah. Well, I think dance speaks for itself. It's a language on its own, right?
Absolutely, and the music, this wonderful orchestra, and being in a theatre in itself. We really want to break the fourth wall. That means when you're on stage, normally you don't really see the public. There's a kind of, because of the lights. And inclusion really needs to and should be that you really include people, and I think we're trying to do that with this performance.
Well, that's wonderful, and I will tell the people how they can order or even win tickets in Dutch right now.
Oh,
so,
wow!
Andrew, thank you so much for your time.
No, absolutely pleasure, and again, keep on moving.
Yeah.
Let's activate these lovely people, and thank you very much for inviting me.
Yeah, thank you. En heb jij nou woensdagmiddag zin om naar het theater te gaan? Er zijn dus nog kaarten te koop, maar je kunt ook kaartjes winnen voor de voorstelling. Ga naar www.kennemertheater.nl en laat weten wie jij wilt verrassen met de kaartjes. Zo simpel is het. Hier is Soldier On.